I'm Dad.
And I'm Daughter. Hi.
Hi,
Crazy. You are what?
I'm Dad.
And I'm Daughter. And this is Daddy-Daughter Kine Tings.
Hello, everybody. I'm Roger. Kine's dad.
I'm Kaena. And today we are starting this journey of Daddy-Daughter Kine Tings, which Dad thought about. When did you think about this endeavor or just this podcast in general?
Yeah, shoot. So we talked about it like last year and, you know, through all of our transitions and everything, you know, this getting the opportunity to then sit down and figure this out and start filming. So we're here now and we're excited to share.
Yes.
Yes, and some of that stuff is to share and build our connection between Kaena and I. Develop a healthy relationship. What makes a healthy relationship between dad and daughter, and really try to work through some of these things and put a feel out to everybody so that, you know, like for dads, you know, how to connect with your daughter, how to be the example, how to mentor, like how to, all these things that, you know, there's no real book to do it. So we wanted to kind of just share what worked, what didn't work, and then from Kaena's side as a daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I think all of the same things. I think this is super exciting for us to build our connection and then also reach a group of people that are possibly wanting to have these conversations or maybe are looking for avenues to start these, like with fathers, with daughters. I think it's going to be fun too. I think it's going to be, I'm an actor. This is like my world, and this is a great opportunity for me to reach people and grow my community as well. I think by sharing what I've gone through and like what has worked for me was what has worked for you and our family. But I think it was interesting because my dad thought of this idea. How did you come up with this? Even a podcast too? Yeah,
it was just to help with Kaena as far as, you know, the whole production. And you know what too is about, she had discovered like having more, whether it be Polynesians, more Hawaiians, more of whatnot in front of the camera, but in back of the camera, you know, and she'll kind of sort of like produce it and kind of see where this might take us, sort of into this film. And not that everybody is doing podcasts here and there and stuff like that, but we wanted to just show something different, but utilize Kaena's skills or to increase her skills. And then for me it was as I venture into the private sector for being a clinical social worker and therapist, and you know, what better place to kind of exhibit some of this and not to be so therapeutic or like so much therapy, but everything's based on relationships and how we can learn from one another, and then share that with whomever gets interested into what we're talking about and our topics and our daddy-daughter kind things. And just kind of it is what daddy-daughter kind things is for us to explore our relationship, explore what the possibilities are, and learn from each other, like I said, and really be creative with the whole thing. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for like thinking of me in this. I know we've talked about like the producing side. I think I'm very excited to get into that behind the scenes as well, which I know you know. How has it been just like within your own practice and like coming to this? Did you recently just get into therapy, or like can you share a little bit about your journey of like social work and then getting into therapy?
Yeah, so it's 20 something years now since graduating with my MSW and working in the field within the Department of Education and coaching, mentoring children and youth and working from all kinds of things. But as we aged, things transition. And, those of you that know us, like within our family, the changes there and some transitions. So just adjusting into it and, creating other opportunities as well. And this is just one. And so I viewed it as really a way for us, continue my journey and whatnot, to coaching, to mentoring, to therapy. But, again, it's about the relationships. And really it's about us, strengthening our relationship just as much. And really, how does that look? How does that work? Or even continuing to, I might share more maybe how we can do it together, and kind of will share how much and what she might need more from me.
Yeah.
So what does that look like, having a healthy relationship, healthy conversations? And so, kind of get out of the box and try to do this here and say, hey, like,
put it out there. Yeah. Keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm also in therapy now, which I think is going to be a cool segue into some of our conversations as well, as like I have more tools that I'm working on. We share a lot of the similar works that we've gone through together, or separately, but now we have that in common, which I think is a great factor in how we will connect as well. Being Hawaiian and a guy in this field, I think it's just different, right? And who you are catering towards. How is that, or being Hawaiian, and then is your focus Hawaiians and Polynesians in your work?
Yeah, one, I think gender was one thing, like men, right? Working with men, and as I aged and really like looking at the middle-aged men, right? Those that are going through parenting, like raising children, but aging themselves. So, I looked at that as far as continuing or growing into that type of, population. But being Hawaiian, the cultural component and cultural sensitivity is one thing that is, to have as far as importance, within our field, and to be sensitive to it and to bring along who we are, and what that is as far as an identity, in the field, and how that can be, and what the programs that are kind of developed as being Hawaiian men, what it's supposed to be, what we have been taught to be, and so, not that it's right or wrong, but at the same point, it's like, how come and why, and how do we be, men? And we'll talk about that stuff. But also, the more important is being, like, when we talk about human being and how you be, like how you're being is who you come from, your authenticity and a natural makeup of what you are. And so, that is very important, always has been important as being a Hawaiian male, and being an example, but also just, like from one Kanaka to another is just to say, hey, like I can learn from you, you can learn from me, like we all can learn together and become healthier within our communities, our culture, our people. And and then again within our own family and our ohana is like just to what does that look like for us as men and leaders of our family, our wives, our daughters, our sons, and what it is to express our love and being appreciative of everything. So we'll talk about a lot of different things that we can go on and on, like about the foundation, but the foundation is who we are as Kanaka, and you know, both male and female, both dad and daughter, and really resemble. And who knows, we might bring in the other siblings, right?
I think so too.
You know, however, like it's just a really like maybe some guests.
Definitely.
You know, but you know, just kind of our hope really is to show what how we can learn from one another and be better examples, be better individuals, but be better like daughter and dad in a sense, and learn from one another, and then share it, right? Share it to you folks out there, and I think it's like endless opportunities.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh, 1000%. I agree, and just I feel a lot of those things about being Hawaiian is, and reaching out to other Hawaiians and reaching out to who you are and to uplift our community is one of my whys as well, and to doing this and stepping out and to sharing. I think for me, sometimes I get into this idea of like wanting to solve things and wanting to help myself and grow in that way, but sharing and giving to others is what really is going to help our community and help ourselves as well, because if we don't give, then we won't ever know what we have to offer. And growing in this together as like we are reaching out to different males, different women, different kanaka, different wahine, kane, I think it's going to be super exciting to dive into all of these different topics, whether that is especially growing into a woman and what that looks like for me, and knowing both sides and going into what I'm looking for in what I'm going to look for in an ohana, and what are my standards. I think it's going to be great to share and to learn with each other as we go into these episodes. So this is so exciting. We are so excited to share our mo'olelos of where we come from, who we are, what we've learned in our own lives and our own ola, and then give it to you guys as well. I'm excited for these conversations that we're about to have, whether that be dealing with therapy, dealing with mental health, dealing with daddy-daughter relationships, your own relationship to yourself, relationships with your family, how you want to build in that. We're going to be having guests every so often. We're definitely going to strive for having an episode every single month, so be aware of that. Our first episode is coming out very, very soon. Didi Kine Tings. We're excited to meet. We're excited to get to know you guys. We're excited to get to know each other on another level, get to know ourselves on another level, and follow our socials. We're on Instagram, Didi Kine Ting, and TikTok, Didi Kine Tings. What you gotta say, Dad?
Yes, sir.
Catch us.
Daddy-daughter Kine Tings coming at you.
2025.
Yes, sir.
Make it happen.
Support the goal.
It's January. It's actually January 11th, so that's 111. Great day for manifesting.